Hi everyone, welcome to my cooking channel. This is a new channel that I have created to help people to cook and eat healthier using cheap ingredients, fairly cheap ingredients, and easy recipes so you can make big pots of food for your family and not go over budget. So today I'm going to be making veggie pasta. So to start my pasta, I'm going to be using about a cupful of grape or cherry tomatoes. And to this, I'm going to add some salt. Not too much. And then about 2 tablespoons of a good olive oil. Because what I'm going to do with these tomatoes is I am going to roast them. So I have my oven preheated for 425. And I'm just going to give this a little stir. Put baking pan. So I have parchment paper here because I don't like to have to clean up roasted tomatoes. They're very messy. And then I'm going to put these in my 425-degree oven. So it's been about 15 minutes and my tomatoes are looking good. I'm going to let them go for about 5 more minutes. And while that's still cooking, I'm going to start my pasta water. So I have a big pot of water here and I'm going to add a good amount of salt. And bring this to a rolling boil, and then I'm going to add my pasta. This is the pasta that I'm using, and I'm going to cook it until it's al dente. That means just a little bit of a bite to it. So make sure that you test it. And you're also going to save 1 cup of the starchy pasta water once it is done. You can use any pasta that you like. I just like this one for today. And of course, the instructions for cooking the pasta are on the back or side of the box, depending on which brand you use. After 20 minutes, this is what my tomatoes look like, and they're going to have a delicious roasted, kind of sweet flavor to them. So if you want yours a little more roasted, you can probably go up to half an hour. But this is what I want mine to be, and it's optional to pull off the skins as well. So I'm going to take these out and let them cool on the side. My water has come to a boil, so I'm going to add in my pasta. And then I'm going to give it a little stir so that it doesn't stick. And I'm going to cook this for about 9 to 10 minutes until it's al dente. My pasta is still cooking, and while that is cooking, I'm going to show you the ingredients that you'll need for this veggie pasta. So you'll need 1 small to medium-sized onion. You can use red or yellow. 4 cloves of garlic, chopped or sliced thinly. Actually, sliced thinly is better because it will flavor the oil much better. 2 bell peppers. I'm using orange and red. You can use any color you like. These are little pimento peppers that I grow in my yard. They are not spicy, but they're very flavorful. Use any little flavored pepper that you like, even a spicy pepper if you like, that's fine. You're going to need some kind of seasonings. I'm going to be using this oglio, olio, garlicky and spicy seasoning blend from Trader Joe's. And I'm going to be using some oregano. If you don't have these, just use regular oregano and any kind of Italian seasoning that you like, or just salt and pepper is fine, and some oregano. You need your black pepper and salt, of course, to taste, and then your roasted tomatoes. And your roasted tomatoes, I like to use the cherry or the grape tomatoes because they are just more flavorful and have a nice sweetness to them. I'm also using 1 head of broccoli. So I have to chop this into bite-sized pieces. So just a tiny, looking for a good example, like maybe this or this is good. Just chop up your broccoli. You can even use cauliflower or whatever vegetables that you like. My pasta has finished cooking and I reserved my cup of pasta water here. So what I'm going to do now is add some olive oil to the pasta to keep it from sticking. Just a little bit, that's good. About a tablespoon. and then give it a mix. So now I have my pot ready to cook my vegetables. I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. And to that I'm going to add my garlic because I want it to cook slowly. If you need to add more olive oil, by all means add it. I'm going to be adding in total about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. So I'm just starting out with 4 tablespoons. And you just want to let your garlic float around in the oil. Don't have your heat too high. And just let it season up the oil. I can already smell it seasoning up the oil. I don't want it to burn. So I'm going to keep an eye on it. You can also add your chili flakes if you're adding any kind of chili flakes. So this seasons up the oil really nicely. And just give it a few minutes until the garlic is translucent or slightly brown. So this is really sizzling. So now I'm going to add some seasonings to the oil. I'm adding my Trader Joe's olio seasoning, but this is optional. Just add any seasoning you have. Popping. And give that a stir. This is on low, so I don't know why it's so hot, but it's okay. So I'm gonna add some oregano, and that also seasons the oil. All of those flavors sauteing in the oil gives it a delicious flavor. My garlic is browning up, so I'm going to add the onions. I like my onions to have a little bit of a crunch before I add them after the garlic. Give it a stir. If you need more olive oil, add more olive oil. I'm going to be salting this now. And salt is always to taste, so I don't really give measurements on salt. I'm just going to let this saute for about 2 minutes before I add my other vegetables. Something I forgot to mention is to add basil. So this is some basil that I'm growing in my yard. I'm going to add that now. And you can add some fresh when it's done as well. It's my basil. It smells so good. To this mixture, I will now be adding my roasted tomatoes. And I'll just give that a stir. It's so delicious. I'll let that go for about 2 minutes, and then I'm going to add my broccoli. To this delicious mixture, I'm going to add my broccoli, because this does take a little longer to cook, and it's a lot of broccoli. And then coat this broccoli in the nice seasoning here. And I'll let this steam for a few minutes before adding my pasta water. Oh, I'm also going to cover it now. So this has been sauteing for about 5 minutes, and now I'm going to add peppers, and I'll stir this around and saute for around another 5 minutes, depending on how soft you want your vegetables. So I don't like them too soft, so I'm just going to give it about 5 minutes there, and then add my pasta water. You can also salt and pepper this now. I'm actually going to add some black pepper and some more salt. But keep tasting to make sure you're not salting too much or too little. It's been about 5 minutes. Now I'm going to add my pasta water and bring this to a boil. You can also add chicken or vegetable stock if you like. Okay, so it's been a few minutes and now I'm going to add my pasta. And give this a stir to coat all of the pasta. I'm going to lower my heat a little. And I'm actually going to turn off my heat. And keep stirring this until everything's mixed through and coated in that delicious sauce. So as you can see, this makes a huge pot of pasta and it's very hearty and delicious. You can serve this with fish or chicken. I'm going to plate it now so you can see what it looks like. So here it is plated up. You can add some Parmesan cheese to it if you like, or whatever topping you like. I hope you give this healthy recipe a try. It's very cheap and easy to make and very hearty. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.